Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Hi, Missy from Lancaster, PA. So funny that PA, so my husband's family is from Harrisburg. So we're very familiar with Lancaster. Very cool. I would love for everyone to chat their name and where they're located. So I actually recognize a lot of faces, but there's also a lot of new faces that I don't recognize, which is very exciting. We're gonna go ahead and get started for the sake of time, because I know we have a lot to go over today, and I'm very, very excited about what I'm going to present. I do like to make the Zooms. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone. So if you're not muted, make sure you stay muted unless you have a question. I like to make these Zooms very conversational. So please, as you think of questions, post them in the chat. I'll either pause or I'll wait till the end. I love answering questions, okay? All right, so Karen, Karen's in California. Lisa, hi, I know Lisa's in New York. Kim, yeah, Kimberly is in Utah. Hey, Ken, how are you? So it looks like we got a lot across the country, which is really awesome. Oh, Wyoming, woo! Diana, yes, California. Very cool. Well, I'm very happy that all of you have decided to spend your Friday morning with me, or early afternoon, depending on where you're located. If you don't know who I am, my name is Heather J. Keller. I founded BluePrint Short Sales a few years back, really with the homeowner in mind. A lot of you have been on my weekly live stream, so I think you all know how passionate I am of really training agents to become the go-to distress expert in their area. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And again, as you have questions, please just post them in the chat and we will get to all of them. All righty. Good morning. I know it's morning here, so it's 10 a.m. here, so that means it's going to be 11 Central. I think Mountain Time is going to be 9. I'm getting used to all the time changes, but all right. So welcome to everyone. Like I said, I see a lot of familiar faces. I see a lot of new faces. We had about 50 agents register for today. So I know it's Friday. There's always a lot going on. So that is no big deal, but we'll probably be adding some people as we start this presentation. 8 a.m. California. Okay, I thought you were a couple hours behind, and I think Hawaii's 5 hours now. But we don't have anyone on this Zoom from Hawaii, but we do have one in our community, which is kind of cool. All right, so why are you here? I'm not 100% why you're here. I would love to learn exactly why you are here. So if you would kindly just post that in the chat, I would love to know. I took some wild guesses. I think there's a lot of changes going on, right? And so there's changes coming to how buyer's agents get paid and all this fun stuff. I'm normally not a buyer's agent. I do take on some buyers here and there. Maybe you're here because you're wanting to take on less buyers. Anyone want to do more listings? How about looking for listings with little to no competition? A PDF of this. So I don't think you're really going to need a PDF of this particular presentation, but I could give the PDF away. And I don't think it's just a few slides. We're actually going to go through the success guide. So yeah, you can take notes. Looking to be an expert in a specific arena. Yeah, so we've spoken before, Kimberly. I love that. It does not matter whether you are brand new or you are seasoned. This is a great niche for a specific agent, meaning if you have the compassion and the empathy and really want to help, it is going to be so rewarding for all of you, okay? So, or maybe like some of you, and I know I've had some people reach out over the last couple of weeks, they have no clue where to begin. Absolutely not. And so when all of this was happening with NAR and all this, I'm like, I'm going to do this presentation And I really want to show you literally step by step how to come in, whether you're new or seasoned, and really implement into our community, okay? So thank you, Lisa, for commenting, and Kimberly. If anyone else wants to let me know why you're here, I would love to learn. Don't be scared, it's okay. Ray said in 2008, I became a real estate agent for this reason. That's awesome. So I started in 2007, and I always just really wanted to make a difference. And I'm making a difference in the lives of the families in Chicagoland, but also all of the agents inside of my community, which I'm going to show you some of that stuff later. Okay, that's okay that you're new. That's totally awesome. All right. So we are going to take a look at the 17-step blueprint success plan. So again, as there's questions, please go ahead and post. But I have created the success guide for a few different reasons. One, whether you're new or seasoned, you need to exactly know how to get in and be successful in this niche, right? So this 17-step blueprint success guide, it has been created by me. I have done all of the videos. I have basically taken my long-lasting success in this niche and put it into a guide. So it's very, very easy for anyone new or seasoned to come into our community. And I'm going to show you some people that are veterans, and I'm going to show you some people that are new. Okay, so it really doesn't matter. But this is a really, really great guide. You're not going to get this today, but if you will get this down the road. So we're just going to go through it, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to really implement this into your everyday business. This is long term, okay? I'm not asking you to stop doing rentals or listings or buyers or whatever else you're doing inside of the real estate industry, but slowly implement this into your business because it can last long term. I'm still doing it. I've been here since 2007. It has led to so much more business down the road. So on Friday, I closed a buyer deal last Friday. Wow, it's been a week already. And that is the fourth deal I've done with that family. And the first one was a short sale. So if you do it the right way and you get organized and consistent and you communicate, which is my 3 pillars, right? It is going to lead to long-term success. So we like this because look, you click and you're going to get taken to a video or a group. This is going to be a welcome video. Okay. Now we're not going to watch the welcome video. It's of me, but it's really like, hey, welcome. Congratulations on your journey. Okay. If you do not know, our mission inside of our community is to help 10,000 families avoid foreclosure. As of last week, we have now reached 2,140 families. So pretty cool. So there's a welcome. That's simple. Not all of the steps are like super easy like that, but let's go to the next one. So it's what I wanted to do is really make this super easy and step by step. So everything is labeled. It tells you where to click. So the first part is, okay, well, obviously you want to join our Blueprint short sales coaching community. And we're going to get further into this group. I know some of you have seen it, but there's a lot going inside of there, which is awesome. So you're going to click here, you watch the video, and then this will take you to our group, which is right here. And we're going to go further into our group shortly. Obviously, we want to know where you are located. There's a couple parts in the United States that we're not bringing on new members right now, and I'll go over that at the end. Really, because we try to make it as exclusive as possible, because we are using very unique marketing pieces, including my book, which you would have access to, and it does go over that in this success guide. The other thing is we want you to add all of your information here. So we have a lot of people that we just implemented this. The reason why is because people are getting calls from other people across the country, and we want to know who to refer it to. So for example, Bonnie is one of our members in Las Vegas, and she found someone in Philadelphia who has 2 properties that they need to short sale. And so she was able to connect with Mickey on that, which is really great. So step number 1, super easy, right? Step number 2 is you'll be able to, you're going to receive an email. Now, communication is very, very big inside of our group. Okay. So if you are not getting the emails right now inside of the Thrive group, which all of you should be in, if you're not, let me know and I can post a link at the end, then it's probably going to spam. But you do want to set up your password and log into the BluePrint modules, which is the Kajabi. This is what the emails look like, so you can be on the lookout for them. You will receive an email to set up your password, and then you will receive an email to log in. Kajabi is our module system. So we have 2 different systems. We have our Facebook community and we have our module system. There are 18 modules inside of here, which we will go further into. But this is what it will look like. And then number 3, if, like we said, our biggest communication is our Facebook group. Okay. However, we do send out a ton of emails. We want everyone to know what is going on. And so if you are not getting these emails, it's so, so important to let us know. Even if you're not getting them for the Thrive group. So please feel free to reach out so we can check on that. Okay. Then you are going to get a welcome email from us and there'll be steps there. So make sure you're joining the group, setting up your Kajabi system, and most importantly, downloading this success guide, okay? There's 20 pages, but 17 steps to go through. So you could get through it in a weekend. Probably not. You're probably going to give yourself a little bit more time. It really just depends how much time you can dedicate every single day to really get this going, okay? All right, there's a question. Okay, so Lisa, you're not getting the emails. All right, that's fine. So if no one's getting the emails, we can talk about that at the end and I'll make sure that my virtual team will check on that, okay? All right, so this is what the email looks like. I highly suggest if you have Gmail, for whatever reason, BluePrint emails for Gmail go to spam. So if you can go to your spam and search this email, info@blueprintshortsales.com or Heather J. Keller, and mark it as not spam, because if you're in my Thrive group, unless you unsubscribe, you should be getting all of our emails about our weekly live streams and all that, okay? So there's step 3. Step number 4. Let's talk about our live trainings, okay? So here you're going to click this and it's going to you're going to make a copy. And you are going to put all of these live training classes in your calendar. Why is that so important? Well, these live training sessions are by far the best, and I'm going to show you why in the group. You're not going to find anything like this anywhere else. We come on, we have specific series trainings we do. It's a Q&A. People give their experiences. A lot of people have deals going on. A lot of people are getting calls from the letters. So it's really just an awesome collaboration. So inside of this particular step, we are going to show you how to implement that into your calendar, okay? So it shows you exactly how to do it. Let me show you my calendar. I even have it in mind. Obviously, I'm the one doing the training, but I'm super, super organized. So if you are not organized, this system will help you get organized. But once you put it in your calendar, you'll be able to scroll over it and then literally just click the Zoom link, okay? So it makes the process a lot easier, okay? We also have a recommendations video, which basically is just like, make sure you get through these steps first. It's important for you to attend these live sessions, mainly because it's so valuable, but also because you want to start to get to know the members inside of the community, because as we grow, and we are growing, we're going to be taking on more social media stuff. And if you're in California, you may find someone in Florida to refer it. It's going to be added business for you down the road. Step 5, understand how our communication works in our community, okay? So all of these steps will take you through that. But what's really, really important is that you're getting those emails. So every single Monday morning, you are going to get an email with our weekly announcements. It always gets linked back to here. It's very important for me to communicate with all of you, you know, if a class schedule has changed or what's going on, what upcoming series trainings we have. So that's Monday morning. Also Monday morning, you are going to get our weekly calendar of everything that is going on that week, okay? The other thing you're going to get is an email reminder 1 hour before each session. So those are great because you can just keep it in your email box. And then once we go live, you can click the link and it will take you there. Okay. Every single Friday, you are going to get a replay of every training session for that week. So all you have to do is click. If you cannot attend the live sessions, please watch the replay. You're going to love what's going on. Okay. So the best ways to get your questions answered. Well, you can send an email, info@blueprintshortsales.com, but the best way to get your questions answered is to post directly in this group. And we're going to show you some of that soon. But the reason why is because I do have a virtual team that keeps an eye on all of this. The other thing is, if you're having those questions, another member may be having those questions. And so we either answer those questions on a live session, or I will reach out to you or do a video, and then it gets posted so everyone kind of understands and is learning together. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. How to access a missed training. So every single training is recorded, all right? And so inside of our group, this is where it's going to take you. We have our Mindset Monday group training. So if you click on those links, we have all of these here for you, okay? So within an hour or so after the live training, you are going to get you won't get an email, that's at the end of the week, but you can go to our group here and you can click the guide section and it will take you to the training, okay? So we have Mindset Monday and Group 1 on Mondays currently, okay? Group 1 right now is dedicated to our module series training. So, and we're going to talk about that once we get to the module step. Tuesday is Group 2, which is dedicated to marketing and advertising, but we do have a series training going on that day. Group 3 is all about attorney relationships and really how to find the attorneys, not real estate attorneys, other attorneys, and build those relationships. And then Group 4 is dedicated to really being consistent and organized and communicate. So that's how you would find them if you want to watch them like the same day, or you could wait till Friday and get the replay links. All right. Again, you will get the Blueprint weekly training recap that goes out between 10 and 11 Central on Friday. So you want to make sure you're on the lookout for that. If you're looking for a special series training, all of that will be linked inside of our featured area, okay? And we do have another step that goes over that, but just to show you, this is where a lot of like featured posts are gonna be. So we just finished our Back to Basics series training, which starts from the very beginning all the way to getting the short sale closed. All right, step number 7, how to search in our group. So look, our group is our main source of communication. We have about over 2 years worth of stuff in here. I mean, trainings that you could be watching for like 2 years straight. All the information, so much. So in order to search, it does break it down in the video for you, how to turn on notifications so that way you're getting notified. But essentially, this is our group. You're going to go to the magnifying glass and you will search, okay? It's important because you're going to want to find certain things in our group. All right, so now it really gets down to the nitty gritty, right? What do these steps, like, how do you go about these steps to really mirror what I have done and how I've gotten to my success here in Chicagoland? So there's two options for completing the short sale modules. I mean, you can come into this group, you don't have to complete the modules, but it is highly, highly recommended because the whole point of this community is for you to mirror what I have done. Yeah, we may have to adjust some things here and there, but if you're doing what I've done, you are going to be successful. And I'm going to show you some of those people in our group here soon. So there's two options. You can do a self-paced option. The self-paced option is just going to our Kajabi system and going through it one by one. There are 18 modules. Number 18 is just a really cool icon you can use. But modules 1 through 9 is how I have and continue to run my business. So it's good for you to have that overview. What am I doing daily? What am I doing monthly, weekly, yearly? So, so important. If you don't want to do the self-paced option, if you're like, yeah, I really want to be involved and have conversation with the other members, then you can go to the follow along option. Now, the follow along option right now is being done on Mondays. So we start with our Mindset Monday and then we move to our series training for modules. So we started this back January. Excuse me. So you can carefully go through each of these. This is the follow along. It's me explaining each module. We have members asking questions. It's really, really great. I would recommend the follow along, but of course, you may want to just do the self-paced. So next Monday, so this upcoming Monday, we will then move to module number 9. And then we'll slowly get through all of those modules. So these will always be there for you. Okay. We do recommend that you go, and it does talk about this in the video, we recommend that you go through the modules in order. They're designed to go through in order, okay? If you start like going to each one or you're like, oh, I want to get my marketing going, you're probably going to get confused, okay? So step number 9 is all of our additional recommended training, okay? And so let me go to our group. All of these are linked in our group. So we just finished our Back to Basics series training. So let me show you what that entailed, okay? That way you have an idea of what we completed. So that one finished last Thursday, and this is what it had. So we started it in January. Short sale listing, pre-listing prep. We had 2 sessions. There's always a download and then the recording. Then we had short sale listing appointment. I mean, this is like in-depth stuff here, okay? And then how to analyze your month. Look, my goal not only is to help you become the distressed expert in your area, but also to get organized in your real estate business in general. So at the end of last year, we really took a lot of time to get everyone organized, game plan for the year. On the first of each month, what do I do? There's all these, well, not all, but we have forms that you can really help analyze your business, because at the end of this year, we want to know what has come in, what has gone out, what's your number 1 lead source, what's your number 2. So that's this one, the actual short sale listing, or a distress listing. So that could be someone that still has equity, okay? Short sale offer packet, BPO and appraisal, the actual approval letter, and then closing, okay? So that series training just finished. Now on Thursdays, we are going back to our original training, which is staying consistent and organized and communicate. Plus, it's always open for questions and stuff too. All right, so the other series trainings we've had. So obviously Monday is still going on. That's our module series training. Right now on Tuesdays, we have a delegation and automation series training. Anyone need help learning how to delegate and automate? I did too many years ago, and then I had this aha moment. So inside of this group, I think we just finished week 3. We go through how can you eventually delegate out your weekly letters? How do you automate social media? Just everything that I'm doing that's really going to help you. Our attorney relationship series is happening on Wednesdays. How to find the attorneys. We're making a Google spreadsheet, and then we are creating a package to go out and drop off to specific attorneys. And so we're learning what to say and how to build those relationships, how to take the books, which you have access to. There's now 2 books. The second book is called Ideas to Avoid Foreclosure, and get those attorneys to work with you. And then our marketing advertising series finished. It was on a Tuesday. Tons of stuff going on in here. So we went in and talked about the leads, how to get your letters, these letters going, how to do the book, the pre-foreclosure series letter, high-end short sales postcard, mission, social media, email campaign. So these trainings are usually an hour, sometimes about an hour and 15 minutes. So lots going on. Okay. My step number 10 is finalize your priority marketing and advertising. So again, we want to get you where I am, okay? And so that is the auction date lead letter or the equity letter. Now, just so you know, you'll click here. These will give you the letters. Then you're going to edit them so that way all of my information is replaced with yours. It's super easy. We show you how to do that here in the video. Then we would love for you to email it to me and my team can review it to make sure everything's been edited properly, okay? These letters, the auction date letter has always been my number 2 lead source since 2010. So I'm giving that to you. These letters, either auction or equity, should be going out every single week. So we help you get consistent and organized with that. And that's in another step. Okay. We also have the pre-foreclosure series letter. That was implemented in October of last year. If you've been on some of my trainings before, you know that I do not put out any marketing piece unless we have tested it for you, which is very important to me because if I don't do that, how are we supposed to get to 10,000 families, right? So I tested that all last year and we just implemented it inside of the community in October of last year, okay? Then you're going to click this and you're going to complete the job form. So you are going to get your own book, The Ultimate Guide to Selling Your Home as a Short Sale, this one. And then the new one, Ideas to Avoid Foreclosure. So I just got my books of those printed. So they're getting ready to be shipped. The Ideas book is ideas or options for homeowners before they get to like the short sale or equity sale stage, okay? So you fill all this out. The books are included. And then my design coordinator will create the proof for you. Okay. All right, let's go back. So there's actually, so the priority marketing is the letters and the books because we want to get you consistent with getting the letters out, getting organized with those, and then learning to delegate that task out. And then the books, because right now we are going through a huge series on attorneys and I'm doing it exactly with everyone else, which is awesome. Okay. Once you have done the books and you've got the letters going, well, then you're going to have to get your stuff printed, right? We recommend you go and find a local printer. If you don't have a local printer, I have a printer here in Chicagoland that you can set up a free account with. They will give you discounts for being a part of BluePrint. So to do all that, it is right here. Okay. You don't understand the book thing. Okay. So I'll take you through the book further, but I several years ago wrote a book. It's called The Ultimate Guide to Selling Your Home as a Short Sale. It is an overview of how a short sale works. This is how I've built relationships with attorneys. We are not going to get in specifics of how today because we don't have enough time, but the specifics of how to find the attorneys, what to say, what to drop off are included in the attorney relationship series training. Okay. This is used for like everything, community events. You will have this as if you wrote it. All of my information gets replaced with yours. That's what my design coordinator does. The Ideas to Avoid Foreclosure book is another book like this one, only a different design that you will also get. It is a new book that was implemented earlier this year. I wrote it, my design coordinator designed it, and we will also be using this to build relationships with attorneys. Or we show you how to create a free lead capture form. You can put it on social media, on your email signature, because we want to get this book out. It's going to help homeowners understand what's going on. Does that make sense, Kimberly, with the books? Okay, great. Yeah, very cool book. So that is another reason why we try to keep things exclusive here, because I do not need all these agents running around in different areas across the country. This has always been my number one lead source. Attorneys will be super impressed with this, okay? All right, so step number 11, figure out where you're gonna get the leads. So if you've been on some of my live streams, you know that we use Property Radar. Look, if you're coming into our community and you already have a lead source and it works, don't change it. But we do have all of these tools, and that is what I use. So just consider it maybe down the road if things change for you. But we do go over why Property Radar, the link to sign up, all the extra support you get for being a part of our BluePrint community. Another way to find leads if you don't want to implement Property Radar, okay? And then here's the great part. So inside of our community, we have 2 separate lists that you want to set up in Property Radar, okay? We market to auction date families, so families that have an auction date on their home. That is a different letter. It is the auction letter, which is short sale based, or you can send the equity letter if you are in an area that has equity still. So the auction date lead list, we show you how to set up right here, okay? Then we will show you how to set up the pre-foreclosure list. So whatever areas you're working on, you would select the county, and we show you literally step by step inside of Property Radar. But it is so crucial to set up the list separately. I know some of you just are sending letters out to pre-foreclosure, or you really don't know where to start. I've talked to some of you, and so it's so important to separate them. Does everyone understand why we separate them? I just want to make that clear. A lot of families don't believe that they have any options left when it comes to an auction. That has always been our number 2 lead source, these letters and the auction families, okay? And then the great thing is we do go further in how to stay consistent with these, and those are the next steps. But Property Radar sends out daily alerts. So I absolutely love data. I love looking at that. And so in the next couple steps, we are going to show you how to get organized on a weekly basis with the leads. Okay. I want to pause real quick. Any questions? If you're unclear on something, I would love to know. All right, we will move on. So step number 12 is getting consistent with your auction date leads, okay? So we want to help you get those letters out every single week. So how do I do it? Okay. We will show you how to pull the leads. So every single Wednesday is dedicated to pulling our auction date leads. Okay. We are very consistent. It happens every single Wednesday. So we go through, we go in. This is me creating the video in Property Radar, how to pull your weekly leads. Okay. after you pull them, I'll answer that in just a second, Kimberly. That's a really good question. How to pull your leads, okay? After you pull them, then what the heck do you do with the CSV file, right? So we have to organize those leads. Now, this is going to be so crucial for you to do up front until you understand how it's done. Then you can delegate that task out. That is a part of our delegation and automation series. So you pull the leads, which will come in a CSV file. Then how do you organize them? Okay, there's going to be a way. And then what are the final steps to getting your letters mailed out? The auction date leads should get a letter every single week from you. They are at the end of the foreclosure process. It is crucial that they get help now, or they are going to get foreclosed on, and then there's not going to be anything that we can do. Okay, so Kimberly says, how would know who is calling you back from each letter? Okay, I think you just want to know, okay, if someone calls from an auction letter or a pre-foreclosure letter, what's the difference? Well, inside of our community, we have basically an intake form. And so one of the questions you're going to want to ask is, do you have an auction date on your home? And so that's going to be the biggest thing, okay? So we want you to focus heavily on getting the auction ones consistent right now, because we've had the most success with these auction letters, okay? 13 years I've been sending this out every single week. The members in our community are as well. One lady got 4 calls in one day. And I'll show you Karen's stuff in a minute. But so once you get consistent with this, Kimberly, then you will implement the pre-foreclosure series letter. The series letter is exactly that, a series letter. It's more of a drip plan. Homeowners that are in a pre-foreclosure know that they have some time, but you just got to ask, which letter did you receive? The reason why I'm asking you that is because I want to be able to properly help you come up with a game plan, okay? All right, step number, let's see here. 13 is the pre-foreclosure, okay? So when do you pull the pre-foreclosure? Pre-foreclosure leads are not as often as the auction. Why? Because it's a longer stage, okay? So sometimes you pull it 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or 5 weeks. It just depends if your state is NOD or Liz Pendants. And we talk about all of that when to pull the leads in this video. And then again, you've already set up your pre-foreclosure lead list inside of Property Radar. How do you go in and you pull that data, okay? Whether it is 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks. And then how do you organize the CSV file so you know when you're sending letter 1, letter 2, letter 3, letter 4, and so on. So it's an in-depth video of me explaining all of that, okay? The whole idea here is after you get through these steps that it's not confusing. If it is, we want to get on a phone call, answer it in our live sessions right away. And then of course, the final steps to getting your pre-foreclosure series letters out. Step number 14 are attorney relationships. Don't wait to build these relationships, even if you are brand new, okay? A lot of the attorneys that we're targeting have never even done a real estate deal. And so we want to show them how to add value and revenue to their firm. And that is why this series training is so popular right now, okay? So this is a training I did on building relationships with the right attorneys, letters we've used in the past to send out to them. This is a presentation I did with a bar association, 2 bankruptcy attorneys, on things I wish I knew for my bankruptcy business. So it is me speaking, it is my PowerPoint, you have access to all of that. And then of course our attorney relationship series training, that is so important. I'm going to show you what's going on right now in there. Okay, so here's a Google spreadsheet that we implemented on staying organized with your attorneys and the bar associations. So March 27th, we taught you how to find the attorneys, what to research, like there's specific attorneys and firms we are looking for, and how to get organized. Same thing with the bar associations. And then this past week, we started to figure out a package to drop off. So now my design coordinator is creating everything and everyone will be able to edit it on their own. And then so the next couple of weeks, we're going to talk about how you can help them add value and revenue. And then as a community, we are going to finalize those packages and everyone is going to go out and meet their own attorneys. And we'll come back to each other, follow up and see how everyone did, answer any questions. We are doing this as a community, okay? All right, let's go back. So that's step number 14. In 14, we also give you a link to create a free jot form. Our jot form system is what we use to capture any seller's information that want either book, okay? So this is creating a jot form for your ultimate guide. How do you do that? It is step-by-step inside of the jot form system on how to create a form. And then at the end of the form, you're going to link your book. Okay, we walk you through step-by-step, but you want to post this link everywhere. So when someone wants your book, they're going to have to fill out these certain questions, and there are certain questions that we ask. Same thing for the ideas to avoid foreclosure, okay? So we have two separate forms, one for the ultimate guide and one for the ideas to avoid foreclosure. And then really, how do you take those jot form links and share them all over, okay? Social media, your email signature, what do you use to send to attorneys, okay? So each book that you get will have a web version and a print version. So when you go to get your books printed, you want to use the print version. For the jot forms, you're going to want to use the web version because it's a smaller file, okay? All right, let's move on. Step number 15, optional other BluePrint marketing and advertising. So we use this as other because these are not, they're all important, but this is not as important as those weekly letters and getting consistent with building relationships with attorneys. That is going to be your bread and butter moving forward. When families call you from your weekly letters, you want to have an attorney on your team that you can refer them business. So the other marketing is, the high-end short sales postcard. I closed a 1.5 million deal off of a 60-cent postcard. It's really great because it just shows these families different ways that we can, try to make it as private as possible. We have our missions postcard, and we have all of our email smart campaigns. And then we also talk about setting up a Facebook page specific to spreading awareness to families in your area. Okay, step 16, calls, oh my. So after you get all this set up and you're consistent, we want you to share your success inside of our group, and I'm going to show you a lot of that shortly. But what do you do from here? How do you take the calls? What the heck do you say? So there's 2 steps to this one, a video and then the form that you'll carry around, okay? Very, very important to try to get a lot of those questions answered, all right? All right, then you're going to need an authorization. It's linked here. All the listing documentation, all the short sale packets you need. So inside of our group, that is linked in our featured area. Easy, easy to find. Here's all the authorizations, okay? We do have a generic one. Most banks will accept the generic one, but there is a whole list of banks that have specific ones, which is there. Here's the documentation from different banks for the short sale packet, and then the listing. Let's click on that because it's really important. Indemnity agreement. This is a must. You want to click this and fill it out, change all of my information to yours because this is going to protect you. Have I had any issues with short sales or distress situations in the past? Nothing I can't navigate through. But there's certain things that you want to do to protect yourself and your business moving forward. So all of that is right here. So we do make it very, very easy for you. If there's any questions about like why we have these, please let me know. All right, and then step 17, yay! We're done. So your long-term success, it depends on the 3 pillars: consistency, organization, communication. So I talk about those final things in step 17, and then we give you some other resources. So a link to my YouTube page, because I've created all these videos. Eventually that's something you're going to want to do. You got an IRS tax lien? No problem. Here's a training to get those released. Want to look up to see if it's a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac? And then just a final video of other resources and kind of what's to come in the future. And then just the back page, all of our contact information. All right, so that is a 17-step guide. Any questions on that? Otherwise, I'm just going to take you through some of the testimonials and then we'll wrap everything up. Anyone else? Like, this is exciting stuff. Anyone else excited? All right. So I had some of our members post, so like, look, Sharon, we're on the right track. So she posts often just some different data and stuff, which is cool. You're welcome, Ray. I'm going over that shortly, Kimberly. Okay, so here's just some testimonials. Now, if you are wanting to connect with some of these members afterwards, absolutely let me know. They will talk to you. They will talk to you through Facebook. They'll call you. They'll send you an email. Okay. So if you just read through these or just glance at them. So Debbie is in Chicagoland. She's actually a kind of a part of my market, and she was a veteran. She's probably done just as many short sales as I have, but she was struggling with the marketing. And so really she came into our community because that's all she wanted. And then she absolutely loves our training sessions. So if you see, she says, I rearranged my schedule to allow myself to take advantage of the collaboration. Okay. So Amy, this is something I did not know. She says, this is a community with a leader that actually cares about the people within the community and not nickel and diming us. So her and Sharon met in a mastermind hosted by a short sale expert. And they both agreed, and I didn't know this actually until yesterday, that this community is by far the best that's out there. And so Sharon says, I second this. And then Carrie, so Carrie is on the newer side. Oh, you're welcome, Elizabeth. How are you? Carrie is brand new, and so she has come in and she has been attending the live trainings and really getting everything up and running. And she does have some experience in the past, so she has said this is a game changer. So Bonnie, I spoke of before. She's in Las Vegas. And then I think there was another one. So I also want to show you Mickey. So Mickey is in our group. Now Mickey is in the Philadelphia area, and she has been very consistent with sending the letters. Also Karen. So Karen's in the Maryland, DC area. She's the one that got 4 calls in one day just from the letters, and she's continuing the calls all the time. Mickey has been highly successful. So she's sending out the equity letter, which is still the weekly letter, as well as the series letter. And she's getting calls left and right. She just listed a $400,000 house. So she likes to post this to encourage people. If you are consistent, and I'm not talking about sending out 1 or 2 letters. If you are consistent, you are going to have success, but it will be long-term. You do this the right way, it is going to help families down the road. It's going to help your business down the road. They will be forever grateful for you, and they will not go to anyone else, period. So those are some of the, here's Karen. So here's, and another one. So on this day, she got 4 calls. She did post about the other ones. I don't know if it's in this thread or not. So Bonnie connected, and I think I mentioned that, with Mickey. So there's that. So feel free, if you want me to connect you with other people in our community so you can talk with them one-on-one about what we're accomplishing, what we're doing, our live trainings, how easy it is, Yes, please, please get in touch with me. And I'm going to tell you all of that at the end. So how do you join our community? There are two different options. And I'm going to talk about the deadlines and how many people we are accepting right now, and then where we're not accepting new members. So we have a full pay option and we have a payment plan option, okay? So the full pay one option, I'm sorry, one full payment, that is it. Now this is not a yearly membership, people. This is one time. You get in the program, maybe you fall off for a little bit, you come back in a year, which I don't recommend. It is not another fee. This is a one-time fee, and it includes everything that I went over, which all the other thousands of things we have in our group that I didn't even, get to go over for the sake of time. So this is one time, okay? One time. The payment plan option is going to be $797 today, and then a 12-month commitment at $247. So you will save money if you do the one time, but it doesn't matter. If you're like, yes, I want to do this, I can only do the payment plan, fine. So this is the payment plan option. Okay, so two different options, one time or payment. Okay. So I did the presentation. We don't want to wait around. So look, you could start with us live on Monday. Every single Monday, we are live at 10 a.m. Okay. But I also don't like to bring on a ton of new members because I do want to ensure that we can get you up and running. So there was about 50 people registered for this session. I am going to open up to just those 50 right now for the first 24 hours. And then after that, I will open it up to the rest of our Thrive group, which if you are not a part of that group, please let me know. But this is this group. So there's about 1,800 agents in this group, okay? So if you're not in this group, let me know. But I'm going to open it up to only the people who are registered for this session right now, and then I will open it up, okay? So I'm only going to limit it to 6 new people. That's it. I don't want to go over the 6, so if you're 7, then we're just going to have to hold off. I don't know when we're going to have another one of these. I did a big one in December, and then we had another one in February, but I do like to limit it for several different reasons. Mainly because we do want to ensure that we can get you up and running. If you saw the testimonials, this is not about the money. It's about getting your business set up so that way you can mirror what I have done and help us get to that mission of 10,000 families. All right. Any questions? So that pretty much covers all of it. I know that was a lot to hear in the last hour or so. So I would love to answer it up to any questions. Do you have questions about the 17 steps? Do you have questions about the options for payments? Do you have questions about our group in general? So let's open it up for some questions. Kimberly, I believe you're already a part of that group. Yeah, I'm 100% sure you are a part of that group. Yeah, see, so Kimberly Anderson. You do have to make sure, I mean, this is where I post about our weekly trainings. This is my free group. So if you're not quite ready for the coaching program, fine, you can get here, but this is free. I do not believe you're going to get to where you need to be in this group, okay? Especially with what's to come. But it is a great, to attend the live trainings every single week. So Kimberly, you are in this group. So it's not. So let me just explain that. This is a free group for anyone that wants to explore becoming the distress expert. If you decide to come into my community, which is this group, then you should not be in this group anymore. It's going to be very confusing. This group is by far the best you will ever find. This is just free, okay? So I am going to post my email. I don't just post the link to join because Right now, we're not looking for anyone in Chicagoland. Chicagoland is all closed. We have 4 agents in Chicagoland now handling certain different counties, so we do not need Chicagoland. Most of the other areas across the United States are open or may accept another 1 or 2 depending on the foreclosure numbers. We keep track of all of that, okay? Again, we try to keep it exclusive as long as you're being active in the group meaning this community, you'll be fine. But again, you're getting all of the marketing, which has been highly successful for me. And I don't want to just give it out to everyone. So that's why I limit these. And that's why we don't accept, 10 agents in Chicagoland, 10 in DC, 10 in Tampa area. We try to make it exclusive. So I would send me an email, and in that email, I would like for you to tell me your state, the counties that you're interested in, and your phone number, okay? And then again, I'm closing out these links on Sunday night. That's it. Because again, I really want to make sure that I can get all of you up and running, and then I can introduce you to our members inside of this community right here. And so we will respond to the email. We will send you a text with all of the stuff to get going. So the membership does not, I don't own Property Radar. So there is a monthly fee for Property Radar. I think it's 119. If you pay in advance, I think it's 99. So it is a monthly fee for that. The reason why we like Property Radar is because it's simple. So as you get to know me more, I like simple, okay? So there is a monthly fee for that, but that is not something that you have to take advantage of right now. There is another step in the guide that I went through of how you can find the leads elsewhere for free. I just like Property Radar because you can set up 2 separate lists, but it is not included now. All the marketing and stuff that we have is included. Now you'll have to go and get your letters and stuff printed. Some people have a color printer at home, and you could just print it at home. Any other questions I can answer about this?
I have a question. Can I talk now instead of typing?
Yeah, of course. Anyone can unmute themselves and talk.
Okay. So I just want to understand clearly you've created 2 books, and then we print those as if they were coming from us to market ourselves.
Right. So I created those books.
Right.
You did not, but you will get access to those books as if you wrote them. So meaning none of my information are on either of those books. So my design coordinator, and that is included in the membership, okay? So my design coordinator will create both books. You have to approve the proof. Then he will send you a front and back image of each book, plus a web version of the whole book and a print version. Then you don't have to get them printed if you don't want. Some people just put them online and utilize the jot form. But in our attorney relationship series training, I recommend you get them printed. And we do have discounts at my printer here because this is what we're going to be dropping off at attorneys' offices along this book, the other book, and some other secret stuff as well. And that's how I've built relationships with my attorneys in the past.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Other questions?
I have another question. So your full payment one time, is that a lifetime membership then?
Yes. Yes.
And access to anything from that point forward that you create?
Yes. So we're actually testing some new marketing pieces now. I'm pretty sure I did say this, but I don't put any marketing out into the community until my team has tested it, because I spent years trying to get that letter to where it is today. And I'm trying to help you avoid all the time and the money to do all that. So we test everything before we put it out. But yes, anything new that comes, it's already included.
Mhm.
Do you have any other-
And I do have, I'm sorry, I have all the questions, but so then I do love the fact that then once you're in the community, not if, but when you get that phone call and you are kind of lost, you kind of hold our hand a little bit as far as walking us through to help our clients.
Yes, that is true. I know some of you know me a little bit better, but like I want to help you through this. And I can connect you with these members inside of the group that will tell you that I've helped them through deals. Like that's the whole point of the community, for all of us to help, because I so desperately want to get to that 10,000 mission. This isn't just pay a fee and come on and Heather doesn't do anything. We are live 4 times a week. If you are looking to take on this niche, there is nothing else out there like this. But I have to warn you, it is going to take time for you to get this up and going. It's not something you're going to join today and then get a lead tomorrow. You have to take the steps to get consistent, to get organized. When your phone starts to ring, it is a win for all of us. Post about it in the group. Everyone's going to congratulate you, ask questions. Do you need help with this? But yes, it's very much a community, but I've seen everything when it comes to these deals. So I can help through any situation. So Diana, the membership payments, I am not posting any of the links to join. So you got to send an email. If anyone is ready to go, I'm not going to track you down. This is like, if you're ready to go, we would like for you to come into our community. Okay. I am not really much of a salesperson. I'm just like, if you like how I work and see all the stuff I've done, bam. Okay. So send an email, but how the membership payments work is you would pay $7.97 today, or I'm sorry. Which one is it? I think it's, see, I'm losing my track. So one time, so $7.97 one time, okay? And then every month thereafter for 12 months is $247. Okay. So obviously, if you don't stick with the payment plan, which I have not had anyone, not, then you're not going to be able to continue with the group and you have to stop like all the marketing. But you do save money if you do the one time, but the payment option is available for you.
I have a question, Heather.
Okay.
Is there something like what you showed us today, the 17 steps, that we could go and show my husband to kind of justify a little bit of what, an investment in my business?
So I do not give the 17-step blueprint success guide until you're officially on board. But this video or this session is recorded. And so it will be processed sometime today. It won't be ready today, probably tomorrow before I get to it. You could show him this recording, but okay. It wouldn't be fair to my actual members if I just said, hey, yeah, everyone can have a copy of that, because it links to videos on how to get everything set up. It links to our actual group, which you're not going to have access to. But I'm also happy to connect you, Kimberly, or anyone for that matter, with other members in our group. So you can get an idea that I'm not just crazy trying to sell you a program, that it's really different and unique for this niche. So, but
okay,
yes,
yeah.
This recording, if he can watch that, he can see how easy it will be to implement for you. Yes, I do have the recording available. And if you send me an email, if the recording's available today, I can also send that as well. But anyone has to email. Any other questions? Would love to answer now if anyone has any other questions.
I have another question.
Okay.
So with all the modules and everything, do you find it difficult for someone to jump in midstream like this? Or where would you have, if we started today, any of us on here, where would you really have us start?
With
because
the
there's
success
so
guide,
much.
there is a lot. But that's why I created that success guide. So you have to start there and go through each one. Now,
Okay.
when it gets to the step where it talks about, the training, there is a recommendation video that says, if you are the type that gets really confused, then don't attend our live trainings right now. But it is good for you maybe to at least come on to start to get to know some of the members, and I can introduce you. But you would start. That's where you would get in the welcome email. It links to download the guide. So you have to start there. Once you get through all of that, then things are going to really, really make sense.
Got it.
Yep. So before we didn't have the guide, it was just like, hey, come on, start coming to the trainings. And while everyone still had awesome things to say, I was like, well, what if someone is completely brand new? And, how can I make it easier for them? And so I started doing all this when I knew everything was going down with like the settlements and stuff, because people had reached out and said, hey, Heather, I think now is the time. I've been around you for a while and I see what you're doing. And so I decided to do the success guide for you guys. Any other questions? Kimberly?
No, I'm sure I will have some, but I can email you
Okay.
as I process a little bit more and just so I know you say you do recommend to do this as well as I'm a realtor here in Utah and working on deals. So it's really, how do I do this simultaneously with keeping that business afloat and then trying to implement this as well?
I think you'll find that a lot of the stuff in our group is going to help you get organized with your whole entire business. So a little background on me, and this will get to your. There's a reason why I'm telling you this. So I have two corporations. I have one that pays me for my deals that I close, and then I have BluePrint. And so I do this every day, but I have a team now. And so the whole goal and stuff inside of the group is to learn to automate and delegate. You can't do all of this on your own. My husband also has a business here. We helped start an entrepreneurial program at our kids' school. I volunteer with the theater department, and I'm on my 25th book of the year. So if I can do all of that, then anyone can. So the whole point of that is like, we do help you organize your entire business inside of this, and game planning for the new year, what you should be doing, at the first of the month, to analyze what has come in and what has gone out, and expense sheets. And I'm like anally organized. But Kimberly, to really answer your question, I would take an hour every morning. I'm a morning person, so if you're not, fine. I would like to get up, have my coffee, and I would spend 1 hour, it's non-negotiable, and work on this. Because eventually, once it's all set up and you have a good system, then it's just going to be a part of your daily, weekly routine. And then once you get too busy, which you will get calls from the letters, then we're here to help you either automate that task or delegate it out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There's still a lot of people on. So Sandra, Cecilia, Lisa, Tony, Trisha, anyone else, Diana, Lumati, do anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, please send me an email. And the recording, I'll probably have it ready later today. So you can send me an email and I'll be happy to send it to you. Okay, I'll hang out for just a couple minutes if there's any other questions. Otherwise, thank you for joining me on Friday, and I hope all of you have a blessed weekend. You're very welcome, Kimberly and Diana. All right, you're welcome. Anyone not have my email or any final questions? I always say no question is silly or stupid, so please ask. I would love to answer any that may be looming in your brain. Okay, great. So I will respond to the emails that already came through probably later this afternoon. Again, I'll just put my email in one final time. Um, and then I look forward to seeing any new members inside of the group on Monday for our Mindset Monday in Group 1. I hope all of you have a blessed weekend, and thanks again for attending.